The Canawood Valley Country Club, site of the 1986 New Milford Times 940 Wine Greater New Milford Open. The Canawood Valley Country Club, a 5,459-yard par 70 course that's fairly wide open, but not without some formidable dangers. Take, for example, the par 4 fifth hole. Anything right of target could mean water. Or the deceiving par 3 sixth hole, where a left hook spells doom. The back nine is not without its perils, with a 530-yard par 5 12th hole, rippled by water on the right and left sides and an unforgiving green. There's no relief for the weary golfer on the 457-yard par 5 13th hole either, also surrounded by water and a tempting tree line to protect its green. Opportunity awaits the golfer on the par 4 298-yard first hole, easily reachable in two to set up for the bird, or the 89-yard par 3 fourth hole, where a carefully played wedge can gain a stroke. The back nine offers three par 3 holes on the 14th, 15th, and 17th for the golfer making a final run at the leaderboard. And a conservatively played 18th hole almost guarantees the golfer certain par. But the large gallery expected around the 18th hole today may become a factor as the championship flight makes its final approach.
I'm Bill Kramer. I'll be covering the men's leaders down in the clubhouse at the leaderboard and also some special features.
Hello, I'm Wayne Spodnick, and I'll be covering selected holes on the back nine, including the difficult 457-yard par 5 13th and the 144 par 3 17th hole, where a hole-in-one will earn the lucky golfer a brand new car.
Hello and welcome to the 1986 Greater New Milford Open. I'm Matt Adams, and joining me in moments will be Bill Robichaud, golf professional here at the Canawood Valley Country Club. We'll be coming to you today from the 18th hole, a par 4, 309-yard dogleg left hole with a pond on the left-hand side that may come into play. But right now, let's take a look at what happened earlier in golf. The women's foursome has already been completed. After that, we'll go to Wayne Spodnick with an update on our leaders. Hitting now, Rose Brady. She's 33 over coming into this final hole.
The rough, they've let the rough grow a little bit just for this tournament, so it's pretty high. It's, like you say, about an inch higher than it normally is. The fairways are gorgeous, though. Here comes Rose's shot.
Right at the pin.
Beautiful
Fine
golf
shot.
shot. Beautiful golf shot. She ended up about 12 feet from the flagstick.
Rose Brady above the pin by just about 12 feet. Our leader, Joyce Curran, 27 over par. She had a tough time off the tee and hit a shot straight down, so I assume she'll be looking for a par in this hole. But she does have a substantial lead. She's 4 strokes in front of Sue Arraghi. Sue Arraghi's shot you saw went right and into a drainage ditch. Terry Reed,
Long
41
hit.
over.
She hit that ball off the first 18th tee. A mile.
Big hit. And that shot going right for the center of the green. Regulation on and 2. And so our leader, Joyce Curran, having trouble off the tee.
Hit a fine approach shot, though.
A good approach shot, a long approach shot. She lies 2 just in front of that drainage ditch. As you see, there's quite a large gallery following this women's foursome.
She's normally a very good short game player. Very steady.
Joyce Curran with a chip shot. Looks like it's slightly short, just pops up on the green about 3 or 4 feet. Left herself about 15 to 20 feet below the pin to finish out. She's there in 3. Sue Arraghi going over to her ball. Sue Arraghi is in a drainage ditch on the left-hand side of the green. As you see a shot of our leader coming in, Joyce Curran. Again, 27 over. This putt here will be for par. So if she can put it down, she will finish 27 over. If not, she will finish at 28 over and likely still be the 1986 champion. marking their balls. Suerigi's shot going considerably right into a drainage ditch.
She gets free relief from that drainage ditch.
Free relief in the drainage ditch. You're having difficulty picking it up. It's so far right by the camera. But you will see the shot come into the screen. There she is. See a bit of the clubhouse from our camera angle here. So Suerigi looking to chip up. She's the one the closest to Joyce Curran. Curran at 27, Arigate 31. And there's a chip shot right at the pin, Bill.
Oh, excellent golf shot. Excellent golf shot. Very difficult in that high grass get that ball to jump up. Very nice golf shot.
And so it's time now for the putting to begin. Terry Reed, who hit a monstrous drive. She's on in 2, starting to line up her shot. Bill Kramer.
Terry Reed hit that ball well over 200 yards, where her ball ended up. She had a wedge into the green.
And she put it slightly right. Up next, our leader, Joyce Curran. There in 3. She'll be putting for par.
This
go to Bill
putt should
Kramer.
move.
And she left it short, Bill.
Yeah, it moved. It should have moved a little bit to the right on her, and it started to break right when it died.
She'll have to putt that out for a bogey to finish at 28 over par and likely still be our winner. Suerigi above the pin, just about 7 feet away. Yeah, fine stroke. Will it be enough? Just short, Bill. It tailed off at the end of that putt.
Yeah, if she'd have kept it a little bit firmer to the hole, it wouldn't have taken that. It dies right just as the ball slows down. It really moves to the right drastically. She'd have kept the speed up a little more, it would have been in the hole.
What that means is that a bogey for Joyce Curran, putting her at 28 over par, will still be enough to be the victor, and she will retain that 4-point cushion from her nearest competitor, Suerigi, who finished at 32 because of her bogey on 18. So we are just a foursomes finish away from having a new winner. And a finishing shot by Terry Reed. Terry Reed there in 3. This putt will be for par. As Bill mentioned, Terry Reed with a shot that looked as though it was well over 200. She just got every piece of that one.
Got to keep this firm
Reed
to
for
the
par.
hole. It goes left.
And she did go left. She'll put out for bogey. So Terry Reed will finish at 42 over. And here is the putt for the win for a new champion in this 1986 Greater New Milford Open, Joyce Curran. Putting for bogey. There it is. There's our winner.
She's been practicing a lot the last week. She's been up here almost every night playing.
And
you know, she just recently had a baby.
Well, their work has paid off. You'll notice that Lori Nimmons came out to congratulate Joyce Curran. Lori Nimmons, a past champion here at the Open. One of the finest amateur golfers in the region for women. And Joyce Curran is our victor.
Congratulations is in order to Joyce Curran on a victory at the Greater New Milford Open at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. Congratulations, Joyce.
Thank you very much, Bill.
How was the course playing for you? Did you know that Lori was pushing you through the back? Because there wasn't a leaderboard out there for you.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I know Lori, and I know she's a good player, and I know she'd be gunning for me all day.
It turned out to be a one-stroke victory. You finished 28 over. She chased you, and she made an excellent shot on the 16th, and she was pushing, and it seemed like it was going to be a neck and neck all the way down the way.
It sure did. It seemed a lot like that to me. It was looming over me.
The course seemed to play inconsistent on the front nine with the greens being softer and the back nine with the harder. Did you find that? I noticed you bogeyed at 16 and 17. Was that going through your mind? Did you understand the course limitations?
Well, really, it had more to do with pressure. This is a first for me. Laurie's an old pro at this, but I've never been in this standing before.
Well, also I understand your brother is a caddy and also one of your biggest fans. How does that work?
Yeah, he just enjoyed being out here with me today. He was kind enough to come out and get that suit with my name on the back, and he was great. It was great to have him out there. He was pushing me all the way and behind me, and he never let me down once.
Well, the course is in beautiful condition. You seem to be in almost a family atmosphere. You had a lot of folks out here rooting for you. Did you enjoy that, or did that put extra pressure on you?
Well, no, I enjoyed it. It's great to have all my friends out here rooting for me. Anybody would love that, but it wasn't all for me. I mean, everyone's pretty close around here. We all have a good camaraderie.
It seems, yes, a very family atmosphere. What's next for Joyce Curran? Is this, could it possibly that you'll take some time off now? It must be an awfully special win in your heart.
Yeah, it is. It was very exciting, and I'll definitely take tomorrow off. But Tuesday and Wednesday, I want to play tournaments again.
You'll be back out in the tournament. You make your home course at Richter Park. How does that play in comparison to this?
It's very different. This is a flat course, which is in excellent shape. It really was very nice playing here. I enjoy it.
All right. Must be an awfully special win. Congratulations again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bill.
First flight coverage, Lou McQuirk with his putt. He's got about 20 feet, Bill.
Yeah, just it should come a little left up near the cup.
And that's exactly what happened. He put a lot of steam in that ball and left himself just about a foot to come back. Looks like John DeZerka putting next, a recent junior champion here at the Kennewood Valley Country Club. At a practice round on Wednesday night, he was telling me he shot a 33 on the back nine.
John's been playing very well lately.
John DeZerka, a good young golfer.
This putt is going to also move a little bit left.
Are the greens playing a good bit faster in this tournament?
They've been double cutting them the last 3 days, so they're moving a little bit more than the people have been used to. They've been used to very slow greens.
John DeZerka looking for a break to the right, or to the left, that is, and I don't think he got it.
It's only about 1.5 inches, 2-inch break. He played about 3 inches to the right.
And paid for it. So he's got about 6 inches to come back to finish out.
That's a bogey for John.
And that's a bogey for John. Fred Confrey with his putt to finish.
No, this is John. This is Jack Williams.
Jack Williams, sorry. Fred Confrey with a striped shirt on, right behind him.
Jack Williams is an excellent putter. Should make this putt very easily.
Jack Williams color coordinated today, as are many of the golfers. Oh, and he missed it, lipping out. So this foursome had a tough time on the green. And Jack Williams finishes the 1986 Kennewood Valley. Kennewood Valley is the host of this tournament, the 1986 Greater New Milford Open. Lou McQuirk putting out right now.
This may move a 1/2 inch, but it's basically dead in the hole.
And there you have it.
This is Fred Confrey's shot for par here. He made an excellent chip shot within about 8 inches above the cup.
As you can see, just before we started filming this foursome, he took that chip shot up from the drainage ditch in front of the green. And there you have it. So he finishes par. Bill, a good-sized gallery starting to form around this 18th green.
Okay, this is the last group, of course, the championship flight. Interesting predicament for co-leader Mike Natelli. He's in the water, up about to his knees. He's about to play his third shot here at the 15th. Excuse me, here at the 12th. Absolutely beautiful shot. It's going to roll right off, just off to the apron. On the right-hand side of the screen, Mike Natelli out of the water. This is Terry Tierney Jr., who is currently at 3 over, his third shot here at the 12th hole. It's coming right at it. Beautiful shot rolling just onto the apron, about 15 feet from the pin. We've got Donnie Watkins. It's a +7 on the other side of that new trap here at 12. Chips up and left himself about a 20-footer.
Good shot, big guy. Not bad.
This is Rich Walewski. Tremendous second shot. He's off the green here by about 20 feet. He's going to be punching it back on. His third shot. Rich at even par. And left himself about 6 feet. This is Mike Natelli, who's just off the apron. Of course, his shot out of the water. And this is going to be a birdie attempt. Mike, the co-leader, -1. Checking the conditions. Tremendous effort out of that water. People around the hole here excited about it. And he played a great shot out of there. Mike Natelli's birdie attempt. And a good effort. It's going to leave himself about 2.5 feet coming back, but that's nothing wrong with that after a great save out of the water. Next up, Terry Tierney Jr. putting for his birdie attempt off the apron here at the backside of the green. Yes.
Right there.
Terry Tierney Jr. with that birdie. He now goes to +2 here on the 12th. Still definitely in the hunt. Next up, Donnie Watkins, +7. That's a double bogey for Donnie. He called a penalty on himself out here in the fairway. So that double bogey is going to drop him to +9. And this is Rich Walewski. Rich going for his birdie putt. Nice. Just to the right side. Taps in for his par, and Rich remains at even par. And finally, our co-leader, Mike Natelli, for his par. Mike with a great save. Finishes that up and remains a co-leader at -1. Now let's go back to Matt, who will have a look at yesterday's golf action.
After one round of play, Rich Waluski and Mike Natale shared the lead with a pair of 69s, one under par here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. Terry Tierney Jr. was one stroke off the pace. He fired a 70. Also, a host of players were still in contention with scores of 71s and 72s. Bill, a lot of golfers from a lot of different towns this year in this Open.
Every year so far, this is my fourth year of coverage of this tournament and being involved in it, and it's grown tremendously since I've been here.
196 golfers playing.
This is the largest field yet.
And Kevin Murray lining up his putt. He's got quite a distance to go.
You better hit the hole or he's
Ooh,
gone.
plays it perfect, puts it in.
What a great putt.
Beautiful follow through. Kevin Murray showing us how it's done. So one player didn't have difficulty with this green, Bill.
No, Kevin's been practicing on these greens for the last 3 or 4 evenings, so he's pretty used to them now.
How old is Kevin? He looks like a young golfer.
Yes, he is. I think Kevin's 15. I'm going to guess he's 15 years old. I know he goes to the high school. He played on the high school team, I'm sure.
Felix Bonacci with his putt for par. Puts it slightly left of the hole, so he'll finish out, presumably, with bogey as he steps up just to tap that ball in. Felix Bonacci with the finish. At the conclusion of this broadcast today, we will run down the scores of the golfers who participated in this golf tournament. So you can see all the final scores. Right now, it looks like a deceiving camera angle because we're right in front of it, Bill, but that looks like he's got about 2 feet.
It's about a 2-foot putt, and he's got about an 1.5 or 2-inch break to the left.
Joe Arcani in a position that's been somewhat familiar so far for this coverage, and he puts it in.
Very good putt.
And Joe Arcani finishes with par. Sean Tierney, another young golfer in this foursome.
This is for his par.
And Sean Tierney puts it home. Approaching the green right now, Jim Tierney, 5 over par. Frank Ciancio. Ernie Palinkas and Ed Ernie. Club selection going on. Frank Ciancio. And it looks like he has a bit of a problem. It looks like he's behind a tree just beyond the 150-yard marker.
Well, Frank draws the ball a little bit, so he shouldn't have any problem with that tree. I don't know what kind of lie he has in that rough over there, but it could be treacherous lie. He's probably hitting a 6 or a 5 or 6 iron.
So a 5 or 6 iron at about 160 yards by our estimate from above the 18th. And here's the approach shot. Bill, looks like it's going to be a little short.
A little short.
But he got over the drainage ditch.
Yes, he did. He'll have an easy chip. It's straight up to the hole, and Frank is a very good short game player, so he should knock that up pretty close.
Frank Ciancio, who bogeyed the 17th. And just off the green in 2. Ernie Palinkas with his approach shot now. Ernie's not in much different a position than was Frank.
He's probably hitting, he's a lot stronger player. That looked like Jim Tierney to me. Yeah, Jim's going to bounce right up on the green. He may even go over the back. It's a little fast coming in.
Correction, Jim Tierney right over and just missing that golf bag. Now, what would happen in that situation, Bill, should that ball had hit that bag?
No penalty involved. That player has completed play, so there would be no penalty.
Mm-hmm.
If that happened to be the player's bag, it would cost him 2 shots.
So, Ernie Palinkas, his shot, landing squarely on the green, and the first fluorescent ball we've seen so far in this contest. And this foursome makes their way to the green. Very shortly, we'll be going out to Wayne Spodnick, who'll be giving us an update on our leaders. the championship flight as they're winding their way around towards this 18th hole. Rich Walewski and Mike Natale, as you saw at the opening of the broadcast, finishing first round golf at 1 under par 69s. There's a shot worthy of the championship flight.
Yes.
An approach shot about 4 feet to the right of the pin, and that will set him up for the bird.
This is Greg. Greg Begler's putt. I'm 13, putting for eagle. And he's left himself about 2.5 feet for his birdie. Next up we have Bob Brunetti. What should be his eagle attempt as well here at 13. They're beautiful.
Hey, yay, fat man, way to go.
And that's a beautiful effort by Bob Brunetti. An eagle here on 13. Jerry LaPlaca at even par, currently tied in second place with Rich Walewski. What would be his eagle opportunity here at 13? He left himself about 8 inches.
On the green already, Glenn Widiak and John Kelly.
Glenn Widiak hit his ball about, I guess, 18 inches from the hole and backed it up about 10 feet.
A lot of backspin.
A lot of backspin on the ball.
So Dale Burgess off in that high rough that you made mention of earlier in the broadcast, Bill. It's about an inch higher than it usually is here
Yes,
at the
it is.
Kenilworth Valley Country Club.
Very difficult golf shot. Probably using a sand wedge to get the ball up and onto the edge of the green.
Dale Burgess. There's the chip. Left it a little short. It's got to catch the hill and won't. He'll leave himself about
In that
15
position
feet.
was not bad.
Looking over his putt, fixing his ball mark. There's the ball mark, Bill.
Yeah, but after the ball hits, it'll go forward about 18 inches or so, and then it'll spin
And then fire
back.
back, the backspin. You're watching John Kelly now line up his putt. This was Kelly's second shot, so he's there in regulation. John Kelly getting some advice from his caddy on how to play this shot. Bill, this looks like an awfully long putt for John.
Not only is it long, it's going to take a treacherous break to the right. As it gets closer to the hole, it's really going to start to move to the right.
John, a member of Sunset Hill Country Club in Brookfield, 1985 Sunset Hill champion down there. Graduated from Brookfield High School. He is 18 years old. And there's John's putt. Looks like it's going to lose a little steam before it gets there.
John didn't hit it hard enough. You got to keep the ball firm to the hole on these putts. When they die, they really move to the right on them.
Glenn Widiak still has some time to think about his putt, and we'll watch the putt by Dale Burgess. He's there in 3.
Dale needs this for his par.
Dale has, that's right, he has to put this putt in for par. You're watching the golfers around the green. That was questionable. It looks like from our angle Dale Burgess has the longer putt. We'll see which golfer actually hits it. It's going to be Whityak.
It's a different angle. It's downhill, so it's a little deceiving. Whityak's about 12 inches to 18 inches further away than Dale is.
Glenn Whityak, a member at the Hopbrook Country Club. Western Hills champ in 1984, the Portland Open champ in 1986. Putting for Bird. And leaves it just short by about an inch. The 33-year-old Southbury resident. Yesterday, Whityak shot an 82.
Whityak has not had a very good, not a very good golf tournament. Played a lot better last year.
Dale Burgess shot an 81 in round 1 yesterday. He's making his putt for par. And leaves it just short. Oh, around the rim. That'll cost him another stroke. He'll finish with a bogey on the 18th.
Well, a beautiful attempt. Beautiful attempt. Looks like the ball caught the upper lip and just rolled around the back lip of the hole.
Once again, the young golfer, John Kelly, shot an 80 yesterday. 6 over today. Making his putt for par. Taking his time as he lines up this putt. Bill, it looks like this still is a difficult putt because of the way the green slopes away.
It's going to move to the right as it gets closer to the hole. It's got to keep it firm.
There's
That's
the
a
putt.
nice putt.
Oh, the same thing that happened to Dale Burgess happens to John Kelly.
Basically, what you call those are speed putts. If you hit the right speed, you make them. If you don't, you're not going to make it.
So John Kelly taking his time, coming back. You know, that's the kind of putt that a lot of golfers would just go in and tap up, but John Kelly, a lot of concentration right up through the final putt. Will take his time before he puts that putt in.
That's exactly the way it should be done. Never assume a ball is in the hole till it's in the hole.
You're watching the 1986 Greater New Milford Open, sponsored by the New Milford Times and 940 Wine. We'll be back with more golf action right after this. Today's broadcast brought to you by Southworth's Auto of New Milford, featuring Chrysler, Plymouth, Renault, and Peugeot cars. Southworth's, where you always get a smooth drive. By Linstead Oil of New Milford, the Goodfellow Ashmore Agency of Danbury, the Nestle Company of New Milford, McLaughlin Ford Mercury Incorporated of New Milford, by Wayne Pet Food, Izod Golf and Tennis, by FootJoy, the shoe that 85% of the touring pros wear, by Century 21 of New Milford and Danbury, and by Coors Beer. The championship flight has made its way to the back nine, and right now we'll take you out to Wayne Spodnik with our leaders.
This is Mike Natelli's putt here at 13. Yeah, oh, just rolling by the lip. Great effort by Mike. Rich Walewski. Yes. And he has himself a beautiful putt. That was his first of two, and now his provisional ball. And he puts in that putt as well. What happened here is Rich hit into a hazard, and we're waiting on a ruling about it. And when we get the ruling, he will either have a 4, fine birdie, or he'll have a 7, which wouldn't be so pleasant. Now we have Terry Tierney Jr. And Terry will take his tap. And Dan Watkins taps in here at 13.
Championship flight coverage. Bill Murray, Peter Tagley, and Tom Cook on the green right now. You're looking at the back of Tom Cook, who just hit his 3rd shot and left himself about a foot to par out. Shot an 80 yesterday. He's 5 over today. Peter Tagley of Washington lining up his putt now. He's about 15 feet to the upper left of the hole. He's there in 2, so he'll be putting for bird. He shot a 78 yesterday. 8 over today. Kenilworth Valley Country Club member. Bill, you remember back to 1985, the Greater New Milford Open. Peter Tagley was leading that tournament after day 1 with a 69, and a fine effort right there.
Yes, he was. Peter's an excellent player. I'm not sure he's been playing all that much of late.
He's a very active member of the school board in Washington. He told me last night that that's been taking up so much of his time that he hasn't had the time that he would like to have to devote to golf. Bill Murray, young golfer from Sherman, Connecticut, 17 years old, a member here at the Kenilworth Valley Country Club. He was a number 2 man on the New Milford High School golf team this past year. So Murray making his putt for bird. Finished with an 80 yesterday, 4 over for today.
And left.
Put it just left. What happened there, Bill?
From the angle he comes on, as that ball gets to the hole, it's going to go left on him. And he probably hit it right at the hole, and it only moves about an inch and a half, but it moves. If you play the center of the cup, it may catch the left lip, but it moved a little bit more than that this time. It moved about 2.5 inches from where he putted the ball.
Finishing out, Tom Cook, 5 over. And Tom Cook just has to put it straight at the hole, Bill.
Yes, this should be dead straight into the hole. If he keeps it firm. Yes, he did.
You know, maintaining a golf course is an extremely difficult and delicate job. Wayne Spodnick early this week had a chance to talk with Barry Ains, the superintendent of grounds here at the Kenilworth Valley Country Club, and Wayne filed this report.
When preparing for a golf tournament, whether a professional or an amateur event, extra work is sometimes required by the grounds crew to make the course more challenging and keep it in top-notch condition. Here at the Kenilworth Valley Country Club, the grounds crew can be seen daily, shaping, sculpting, and contouring the course to keep it in its beautiful condition. The superintendent of grounds is Barry Ains, and I caught up with Barry earlier in the week to discuss his preparations for this 6th annual Greater New Milford Open.
Well, the routine maintenance is basically the same that we do throughout the summer. We want to keep the play about the same for the golfers, and I mean, we do a lot of trimming work, extra trimming work for it. We get the traps spruced up a little bit. We try to increase the speed of the greens a bit. We top dress the week before. We verticut today, and we'll double cut for the weekend. But we don't want to try to change it dramatically because a lot of these guys have played on this course all summer long. We don't want to change it too much more.
Is there anything in particular that you do maybe to make it a little bit more difficult for a tournament like this?
Well, we go on an overall program each year, and we do things like this year we narrowed down the fairways a little bit. We did a lot of contouring. We redid the traps. We put in some deeper sand. It's going to make it a little more difficult for them to get out of the traps. And we changed one of the holes, made it tighter. And the rough height, we increased the rough height maybe an inch, and the height around the greens we bring up a bit. So you have the chip shots will be a little tougher during this weekend to get out.
Is it difficult for you and your crew to work around here being that it's such a popular golf course?
Yeah, the trouble is the amount of play. It's hard to work around the people and try not to get them upset. But they're pretty much used to us, so we're out here all the time, and it gets to the point where they know we're going to be here, and it's really working with them. And they know we're here, we know they're out there, and we get along okay.
You get a personal satisfaction when things are going well here, and of course in beautiful shape like it is now.
Oh yeah, that's the best part about the job. It's, seeing what you've done, you can see it actually, the results of the long hours that we put in for it, and it's very satisfying.
Is being a groundskeeper or working with this grounds crew a difficult job?
No. What helps me is I got a really good crew behind me. I got a good mechanic that helps me out. The people here are real nice. They're really very cooperative. The whole staff itself helps us out tremendously.
Bill, the course certainly is in beautiful shape here for this 1986 Greater New Milford Open. Must be a busy week for you to prepare for this golf tournament.
I'll tell you, like I said, this is my 4th Open, and this is the best I have ever seen this golf course.
The tournament continually getting better and better, and the golf course in absolutely beautiful shape.
Well, this Superintendent Barry Ains is just doing a marvelous job with what he's had to work with. Of course, the owner, John Renberg, has go ahead and gave him some funds to work with a little bit, but between the two of them, they've done a great job here.
They certainly have.
In fact, last night I was talking to Jerry Lopaka, who's the club champion at Torrington Country Club, and he's received word that this was a very easy golf course. He played here yesterday and said, I don't know where they say it's an easy golf course. It's a very, very tight and difficult golf course.
George Mann, with his approach shot, he's there in one, just about 150 yards away. Bill, what club do you think he used there?
George hit a 7-iron.
And George drove the green with that shot.
George is in a very bad situation. He hit the back edge of the green and it went over about 10 feet.
George Mann, a member of Richter Park from Danbury, shot a 64 at this golf course in 1985 in one of his rounds. You're looking now at Paul Sankey. Paul Sankey there in one. A shot that's somewhat shorter than he usually hits in this hole, possibly because those tees are so far back today, Bill.
I'm sure that Paul played it safe and hit a short iron off the tee, and he's relying on his iron game. I've played with Paul a little bit of late, and he's been striking the ball extremely well. You're going to hear a lot about this young man in the future.
Paul Sankey, 6 over today, shot a 76 yesterday's round, a very, very respectable score. George Judd now. Now correction, Ray Buffkin.
Yes, that was Ray. Ray pulled that shot a little bit to the left.
So no one really challenging the pin so far out of this foursome. Championship flight.
Here comes George Judd's shot. That looks like it's pretty much at the flag. He also bounced over the green.
George Judd, so only one player hitting the green with this approach at 18. Bill, quite a gallery starting to form around the 18th here.
As this championship flight gets closer and closer to this 18th, you're going to be amazed with the number of people that are going to be coming in from the golf course to get up here and take a good look at what's happening. A lot of them now are out on the golf course with some of the leaders back around 12 and 13 and 14.
And we'll be back with more golf action. Today's broadcast brought to you by Southworth Auto of New Milford, by Linstead Oil of New Milford, to the rescue with everything you need to heat your home and more. The Goodfellow Ashmore Agency of Danbury, the Nestle Company of New Milford, McLaughlin Ford Mercury Incorporated of New Milford, home of the truck store where buying is easy, by Wayne Pet Food, Izod Golf and Tennis, by FootJoy, Century 21 of New Milford and Danbury, and by Coors Beer. Back at the Canawood Valley Country Club, you're looking at a shot of George Mann and Ray Buffkin as they approach the green. Bill, these golfers on the approach had somewhat of a tough time.
Yes, I'm sure that George tried to really fly it into the flag. I don't know what score he's shooting, but George doesn't believe in playing it safe and hitting in a large part of the green. He went right at the flagstick. His ball probably flew the flagstick, hit the back of the green, and bounced over about, like I said, 8 to 10 feet.
You'll notice that our camera shot from above 18 has a bit of the clubhouse in it. That's how far over he went over this first green. And as Bill laid mention to, it's going to be awfully difficult coming back because that grass is high and thick. And
Very tough shot.
he's looking over his shot right now.
He should land this ball just past the rough onto the apron of the green and let it slide down to the hole. If he doesn't do that, the ball will never stop.
What kind of effect does it have on a golfer with the galleries that are forming around here? Most of these gentlemen, I assume, not playing in tournaments of the stature of this one.
Well, the players you see now, they've been playing here for a number of years in this New Milford Open, and so each year the gallery's been getting bigger and bigger. So it's kind of growing with them.
Is it tough to keep the concentration up?
Very difficult. Very difficult. Especially for gentlemen, we have a lot of young players. It's going to be tough for them to maintain their concentration.
And the banquet tonight, Bill, we have the pleasure, we have the treat of having it in the brand new banquet room here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club, a beautiful facility.
People that have seen that room in the past could not believe the change that took place this winter in that room. It is just an absolutely gorgeous room, which holds approximately 150, 160 people. It's a beautiful room.
How many golfers do you think per week play this golf course?
We average somewhere around 200 to 300 a day, so that's 2,000 a week, I would guess.
Here's that chip shot. This is the second attempt out of this grass.
Yeah, George tried to get a little bit cute with that first one. This is going to roll past, but that's a fine attempt.
George did have a tough time with that one.
What you have to do on that type of chip shot is you've got to make sure you get that ball on the carpet, because it's so easy to chili dip it and leave it back in the rough again. Now you've got that same shot, you've got to hit it again. This is Ray Buffkin. A very, very long putt. It's going to break way right. Well, Ray never gave it a chance. Ray had to hit that ball at least 2.5 feet left of the hole to even have a chance of making it.
That was a birdie attempt by Buffkin. He's 4 over today. Shot a 78 in yesterday's round. A very respectable round. 9 strokes behind what was yesterday's lead.
Yeah,
Paul Sankey right now lining up his shot from off the green. Paul, the 1986 champion of the Ted Alex Memorial Golf Tournament. Another golf tournament played here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club back on June 29th. And Paul looks like he didn't read that break right, Bill.
No, Paul needed to go another 1.5 feet left of the hole.
So Paul Sankey leaving himself some work to come back. Paul's another young golfer in this golf tournament. Paul's 20 years old, a member here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club, and the 1985 Candlewood Valley Country Club Junior Champion.
That's true. Paul is a very good player. Normally a very steady player. In fact, Paul has played with me in a couple of Pro-Ams this year and has shown himself very well out there.
Ray Buffkin with his approach shot. That was for Bird as well.
That was George Judd.
Correction, George Judd. So all these golfers, Bill, leaving themselves some work to finish out this hole and finish out their 1986 play.
Well, that
the
pin
Milford
placement,
Times 941 Greater New Milford Open.
That pin placement on this 18th is not an easy place. That's why you've seen so many problems with the people putting it.
Paul Sankey for par. Paul Sankey has about 10 feet below the hole, and he put it by it, so he'll finish with a bogey. And that will mean that Paul will finish 7 over today in this tournament. George gets another shot. George needs this putt, Bill, for bogey.
Yes, he does. George is, I think, currently a 2 handicapper. He's had a little problems in this tournament this year, like everyone else has. Everyone comes here with the intention of shooting lights out, and they find that it's not that easy a golf course.
Well, tell me, you work in the pro shop and you're around this course all the time. What kind of scores do you hear on a daily or weekly basis that would give people that impression?
When the greens are rather slow, and which we keep them most of the time because we get so much play, naturally the less damage to the green, the longer the grass. You'll see rounds of 70, 71 from the good players. Sometimes they'll be in the 60s. But as soon as you cut these greens, here's Ray now. Ray's going to make this.
And he didn't get it. So he'll put it back in again.
Ray's a member of Danbury Club, and he should be used to these fast greens.
Right now, let's take you out to Bill Kramer.
This is for his par. And he's missed it to the right. So he bogeys and he'll go to +5, and he'll 4 to 7 shots back behind Mike Vitale. Len Kaijanon will have this just tap in for his par. So he taps in and remains his par, goes to 3. Hole for the tournament. Let's go to 18.
Back above 18 at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. This 18th hole, 309 yards, a dog leg left. And as yet, Bill, we haven't really seen that pond come into play.
The pins are, or the flag, the men's tees way in the back today, and only the long hitters are going to try to fly it.
You're taking in a look as foursome approaching, comprised of DeWitt Miles III, young golfer from New Milford, Dave Cast, a Lake Warm Country Club member, Mark Foss, and Fritz Schultz. Fritz, a resident of Sherman, Mark from New Milford, Cast from Brookfield. And the crowds are starting to build around these groups as they start coming in. DeWitt Miles, there's a shot of Dave Cast. DeWitt Miles in the blue shorts on this hole. 18 years old, 3-time Washington Club champion. That's quite an accomplishment for a young golfer, Bill.
Extremely, extremely good player. DeWitt Miles not only has a good sound mechanical game, but he thinks the game. And as some of the commentators say on the PGA Tour, 80% of the game, once you learn the mechanics, is brain work.
And DeWitt Miles will be going off to Clemson this year as a freshman. He's 8 over today, shot a 76 in yesterday's round. DeWitt lives, incidentally, in Washington. Correction, his club is Washington. He lives in New Milford. And the Washington Country Club, a 9-hole course, and a very, very pretty course it is.
Extremely fast greens. If you can putt those greens, you can putt any.
Yes, the greenkeepers do a fantastic job up at that course in Washington. A somewhat secluded little course. And so we have a shot by Dave Cast. He went over in that area where Gary was earlier today. He's just about as far over. You need to take a look. You can't see Dave because he's underneath that tree. There he is, coming out on the other side. So he's got his work cut out for him coming back, Bill. Right, once again, in that long grass, in that difficult little position. And even beyond him, a shot you can't even see on camera because he's that far over. He's literally in the 9th fairway. Mark Foss will have to wait until his shot comes back into the screen again.
I can't even see him from
As
my
he
position.
went right, he's on the other side of that tree that you saw Dave Cass walking through. And there's his shot popping out. And it's above Dave Cass' shot by about 10 feet. So Foss now, line 3. Okay. Dave Cass with his shot. His 3rd shot. Bill Robichaud is with me here at the 18th, the golf professional at the Candlewood Valley Country Club in his 4th year of employment here at Candlewood Valley. What's the membership here?
Right now we're around 275.
275
very
members.
active membership, very active membership.
Fritz Schultz with his 3rd shot, taking his time to line up that shot. Schultz, an 18-year-old from Sherman. And there it is. Looks to be a little too hard, Bill.
Yes, he tried to get a little action on that ball. Very difficult to get any action at all out of a tall rough. When that grass gets between the blade and the ball, you have no spin on the ball whatsoever. The ball will slide on you. And
you know, a qualification here. Fritz Schultz is now on the green in 4 because it was his second shot that went into the 9th fairway. His third coming back, putting him in that tall grass, and his 4th on the green. So he is putting for bogey. And a very good distance he has. Dave Cast now lining up his putt. And Dave Cast has an awesome putt to make as well. And this putt will also be for par. Dave Cast, as we mentioned, a member of the Lake Warmaugh Country Club up in Washington. Joe Matus, the golf pro up there at Washington.
That looks to me like it's about 30 feet.
And slightly uphill as well.
Slightly uphill, yes.
Does he have to play a break on that shot, Bill?
Yes, he does. He's got to, also, he's got to keep it extremely firm to get it up that slope. The grain is going to be running right into him.
And there's
he's
the
hit
putt.
it firm enough.
Very good distance. Just a little off to the left. So Dave Cass will finish with a bogey.
The break on that putt deceives you a little bit. It doesn't look like it's going to move, but it does move a little left.
Dave Cass shot a 75 in yesterday's first round, 5 over after 1. And so Dave Cass for bogey. And he finishes. DeWitt Miles, he was on in regulation, there in 2. This is his 3rd shot. The 18-year-old from New Milford. But DeWitt Miles, he too is in a difficult position. Almost any position on this 18th hole, given that pin placement, is difficult today.
Yes, it is. It's he's got to keep that ball firm going up that grain.
Look at that putt by DeWitt Miles for Bird. Fine attempt. Fine attempt.
That's first par there. I'm sure they'll let him
finish out. He'll tap in for par and finish at 8 over today. And finish his attempt in the 1986 Greater New Milford Open. He should be very happy with the golf he played this weekend.
I'm sure DeWitt has played better in the past and will play better in the future.
Mark Foss going just to the right of the hole, and it tails away just a bit. So Mark Foss, a runner-up in 1985 here at the Kennewood Valley Country Club. A member here, 35 years old. He shot a 76 in round 1, and now Fritz Schultz. 75 in his first round as well. And here's his attempt. Left it short, Bill.
It's a double bogey for Mr. Schultz.
We've talked about how unique this Kennewood Valley Country Club is, the membership, how active they are, and how unique this tournament is, how it's growing bigger and bigger every year. The excitement, the emotion behind it, the enthusiasm involved from everyone, from top to bottom, volunteers on up. Last night they had the traditional longest drive contest, which is just a lot of fun. And over 100 people came out on the first green, on the first tee last night, and enjoyed the action. Bill Kramer filed this report.
After all round 1 action has been completed at the Greater New Milford Open, it's time for one of the biggest attractions of this special weekend, the traditional longest drive competition. It's here where driving for show takes center stage, and some of Connecticut's biggest hitters will compete for cash prizes.
Rather unique approach done by Bill. He's taken a pencil out of the clubhouse and used that to tee off.
Aim left, Bill.
Well, we already started already?
And he's gotten all of it. Much to the crowd's delight.
He's going to hit the ball, and when it lands, it's going to have his name written on it. What does he do? Same Everybody gets to hit 3 shots.
All right, so tee him up, be ready to hit. Everybody gets to hit 3 shots except for Billy. And to count, the ball must be in the fairway.
Kevin Lynch, a fan favorite here. He's pushed it quite a bit right.
You get another shot. Oh, miss. 11th fairway. Every year we do
He broke his shaft on his backswing. Incredible. That's that Ross displaying a show of strength. The only time you'll ever be happy to do something like that.
Terry Tierney Jr. putting for birdie here on 14. Terry +2 at the moment. Just rolling by the cup, leaving himself about 1.5 feet for his par. Now to our leader, Mike Natelli. Mike at -2 for his birdie on here, 14. Beautiful effort, leaving himself about 1 foot. And now Russ Walewski, just off the back of the green in the fringe, with what was going to be a very tricky birdie attempt. And a great effort, leaving less than 1 foot for his par.
Good 3.
Donnie Watkins just missing his birdie attempt. He will tap in for par and stay at +9. And Terry completes his par and stays at +2. Our leader, Mike Natelli, for par. .218.
Norm Cummings foursome approaching the 18th. Norm Cummings, Bill Buckley, Frank Brandt, and John Polito in this foursome. Norm Cummings, one of the brain trusts of this golf tournament. And Bill, you have to agree that the Cummings brothers and Jim Principe from Wine have just done a fantastic job again with this golf tournament.
I'll tell you, it amazes me every year they do I say to myself, they can't do a better job. And every year they come up with something else, and they keep doing a great job on it. That's Bill Buckley.
With his
Bill
second
Buckley's
shot.
second shot. Bill Buckley now is a member of Rock Ridge Country Club in Newtown. He used to be a member here. There's a fine golf shot into the green.
And he'll drive the
Sit
green
down,
just
ball.
a bit with that one.
Bill's a fine player.
Bill Buckley, 12 over today in this foursome.
This is Frank Brandt here hitting his second shot in. From behind the pond. Fine shot by Frank.
So Frank Brandt putting it up above the pin. And another approach. There's a fine shot. Could be right, though. No. That's one of the best approach shots we've seen. Norm Cummings, of course, from New Milford, a member here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. 5-time champion here at the CVCC. The New England Public Links champion in 1976. A graduate of New Milford High School. You're watching the 1986 New Milford Times 940 wine Greater New Milford Open. We'll be back with more golf right after this. Today's broadcast brought to you by Southworth Auto of New Milford, featuring Chrysler, Plymouth, Renault, and Peugeot cars. By Linstead Oil of New Milford, the Goodfellow Ashmore Agency of Danbury, the Nestle Company of New Milford, McLaughlin Ford Mercury Incorporated of New Milford, by Wayne Pet Food, Izod Golf and Tennis, by FootJoy, Century 21 of New Milford and Danbury, put number 1 to work for you, and by Coors Beer. With me right now, Jim Principe from WINE. We were just chatting, Bill and I, and talking about how exciting this tournament has become and how it grows year after year. All kinds of enthusiasm behind it, all kinds of support from sponsors, from volunteers, and from the depth of the field. The talent gets better and better every year. You have to be awfully happy.
That this, by far, this is the 6th year. This is the best year in terms of turnout and caliber of players. We had 26 people with handicaps of 6 or under this year. And we have a field of 196, which is up from 8 from last year. And sponsorships, we used to just sponsor holes. And now we've got peas and greens sponsored, and we've got automobiles out there. And it's a project that involves the efforts of a lot of people. And it started last September. We started planning for this one. And it's the biggest and I think the best yet. We probably have 400 or 500 people here, spectators watching the golf.
Why so much community support for this golf tournament?
Well, I think just like anything else, I think because of the fact that it's run very well. We started 6 years ago. We had 154 golfers and people with a lot of questions. And a couple years ago, we had a problem of slow play here. We had some 6-hour, 6.5-hour rounds, which is really unacceptable. And we've gotten tremendous help from all kinds of people here, volunteers, and we've sped up the play, and we put on a real good tournament, and Candlewood Valley does a super job for us. And the prizes and the trophies and the plaques and 196 golfers, probably about 125 or 135 will walk away with some sort of merchandise.
Let's talk for a second about the enthusiasm in signing up for this golf tournament. People coming out the night before at 11 o'clock?
It was great. We've been trying to figure out an easy way to do it, and we can't. We have about 55 to 65 exemptions depending on where you finish every year. And we thought about a lottery, but, you know, we want the best players, best amateurs in the area to play. And anybody who wants to play, we want to make sure they have an opportunity to play. This year, they started lining up at 11 o'clock Friday night. By 2:30 Saturday morning, the women's field was completed. By 5:30 Saturday morning, the men's field was completed. We didn't really start official sign-up till 8 o'clock. It's, I don't know, we can't extend the field anymore. 196 is about the best we can do. But it's a fun tournament, and everybody really gets involved with it. And I think next year some people are talking about coming by 8 or 9 o'clock on Friday night. So
everybody certainly does get involved with this. Tremendous support from the volunteers. But let's talk for a second about the time that you and Art and Norm put into this golf tournament. A lot of hours.
Well, Art and Norm especially. I mean, without them, the tournament wouldn't work. They just spent untold hours. The three of us, like I said, will probably sit down in September planning next year's event, and the sign-ups and the letters to all the people who have exemptions and getting back from them. And this past week, I don't think it would be foolish to say that Art and Norm have spent the better part of every single night over the last 7 until 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning working on this tournament. And I think the results you can see. The best field we ever had, the most spectators we ever had, and but it's I think for Art and Norm especially, they love it, and they're here every day 6 o'clock until 8 or 9 at night, and they play too. So
Jim Principe, you guys are running a fantastic tournament. We congratulate you. It's a credit to you gentlemen, to your WINE, and to the New Milford Times, the two organizations, the two firms that sponsor this tournament. And we thank you again for everything you guys have done. It's really, really fantastic.
Thanks, Matt. It's been a good time.
Right now, let's go back to 18th hole coverage.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Norm Cummings group. Norm Cummings finishing at 12 over today. Buckley, Brandt, Polito making up the foursome. Right now, we're taking a look at Mr. Buckley himself as he puts his shot in. This will be for par. Bill Buckley, a member of Monroe, and as Bill Robichaud mentioned, a member of Rock Ridge Country Club, and so he'll finish out. John Polito now. John Polito, a two-time past champion of the longest drive contest. A big hitter. And Polito will make his putt for par. He finished 7 over, or he is 7 over. Making this putt should keep him there. Shot a 75 yesterday at 5 over. And so Polito holds on to a +7 finish.
This is Rich Waluski's second shot at 15, chipping up. He's left himself up atop the pin. He's going to have about a 14-footer coming back down the grade. Terry Tierney Jr. now with his second shot. Terry chipping the ball up. By the cup with about 4 feet coming back down the slope. And now Danny Watkins. Makes a fine run at it, leaves it the right side of the hole, down the slope. Even about a 1.5 feet to come back. He's electing to tap it in. And takes his par. So Danny stays at 9 over for the tournament. And this for Waluski to save par. Sails just to the left side of the cup. So Rich will drop a stroke with the bogey here at 15. And our leader, Mike Natelli. For birdie. And he'll have to tap it in and take his par. Remain at 2 under. Terry Tierney Jr. Third shot. Painfulness as it rolls by. He will have to take a bogey and go back to 3 over. Natelli taps in, safely staying our leader. at 2 under. Back to 18.
The 1986 Greater New Milford Open. We'll be back with more. Today's broadcast brought to you by Southworth Auto of New Milford, by Linstead Oil of New Milford, the Goodfellow Ashmore Agency of Danbury, the Nestle Company of New Milford, McLaughlin Ford Mercury Incorporated of New Milford, by Wayne Pet Food, Izod Golf and Tennis, by FootJoy, Century 21 of New Milford and Danbury, and by Coors Beer. Coors is the one. Back at the Canowood Valley Country Club, taking a look at what has been the history of this golf tournament. It started back in 1981, 152 golfers. The men's champion that year, Charlie Butts, fired a 141 total score, a 73 in the first day, a 68 on the second low round day, or the second round. In 1982, the field went up to 182 players. The men's champion that year, Charlie Butts, with a 143, only 2 strokes higher than the previous year. And in 1983, 185 players. Men's champion that year, Mike Natale. Natale, who you've heard so much about in today's golf action, making another run for victory. Natale shot a 144. So in the first 3 years of the tournament, that was the highest winning score. Natale with a 68 the first day, a 76 on the second day. In 1984, the field remained the same at 185 players. Men's champion that year, Bob Brunetti, golfer out of Richter Park. Brunetti, a 69 in the first day, a 71 on day 2, 140 his total round. The women's champion that year, Lori Nimmons. Lori Nimmons was also the women's champion in the 3 previous years. And that took us to 1985. 192 players in the field. Men's champion that year, Terry Tierney Jr., a 71 and a 69 for his 2 rounds, 140 his total score. Women's champion that year, a new one for the Greater New Milford Open, Ulta Potts. She shot a 164, a 78 and an 86 for 2 rounds of golf. And as you can see, a large gallery forming out by 16 and 17. That's where our leaders are.
And at the second shot here at 16 by Danny Watkins. A fine effort, putting him about 2 feet away. Danny's day has not been the best, but he's got no pressure on him now, so he can sit out and enjoy this day. Our leader, Mike Natale. Looking at his shot that'll be coming over the bunker, but first we've got Rich Waluski with his second shot after a fine drive. Right to stick. He hits the stick. Bounces off about 2 feet away. Rich with an eagle chip there. And now our leader at -2, Mike Natale. And he's missed the chip, and he's going to find himself in the trap.
Nice shot, Red.
Deep trap here at 16.
Come on, Quazzo. No rain.
Mike's sand shot now. 3rd shot here at the par 4, 16th hole. And a beauty. About 2 feet for his par to stay 2 under. Terry Tierney Jr. now. This would be for birdie. Just rolling by. So Terry will be taking his par and will stay at 3 over with that bogey on 15, and now the par here as he taps on 16. Donnie Watkins. Oh, catches a tough lip. And a long day for Donnie as he taps in. Mike can only beat himself now, it appears, at 2 under. 2 holes to play after this. He needs this tap to save his par, stay safely at 2 under. And our leader. And that wasn't an easy putt. And now, the decision with Rich Waluski becomes even bigger. Natelli will be putting for bogey after Waluski's. Natelli's going to finish up. And he saves it. Takes the 5, stays at 1 under. Still our leader. Pending the decision on Rich Waluski, who would, with this, again, not an easy 2-foot putt, would technically put him, if he gets the ruling his way, at 1 under and a tie for the lead. And he did it with a birdie here on 16. Standing now with Rich Waluski. Rich, an important decision impending. If things go your way, you're tied for the lead here with 2 holes to play, and if not, well, we won't discuss it. Your opinion on the hole in question, the 13th?
Well, in my mind, there's no doubt I should get the ruling, but rulings go for you and rulings go against you, so we'll just accept whatever decision they make and go from there. I'm going to play it like I'm even, because there's no 3 shots back doesn't make a difference right now. So,
well, you came back from a bogey there on 15 and now pretty birdie here on 16, so it doesn't seem like you're getting nervous about anything.
No, I was playing it like I was 1 shot back and I made a bogey, and then I just trying to make birdies now. I got a break there. Mike didn't hit a very good second shot or a good putt, but he made a good one coming back. It was longer. But I'm just playing it like I'm even and go from there.
Made a cool little run there early on the front 9, and then things seemed to even out for you. Your opinion on the day as a whole?
I'm not really striking the ball that well. I've made a lot of mental errors today, hitting balls in the wrong spot to hit to the green from. And that's important. You know, you got to miss the green in the right place if you're going to miss it. And I'm not chipping that well, but I got a break here. I hit the pin. So we'll see what happens from here in.
Okay, the last 2 holes, Rich. How are you going to play them?
Right at the stick.
Thanks a lot. Back to Matt at 18.
A very large gallery around the leader's foursome on 17. But coming down the 18th fairway right now, the foursome of Glenn Williams, Bob Bonner, Kyle Brady, and Charlie Byrne. Williams from Brookfield, also Kyle Brady from Brookfield, Bonner and Charlie Byrne. Those 2 gentlemen are from New Milford. And their drives, not like we've seen so far. No one hit dead center in the fairway, really. And as Bill Robichaud made mention to, they've had some trouble today in reaching what usually is that gully. You'll see a gully in the middle of the 18th fairway. That's usually where the tee shots hit. But today, due to the fact that the tees are way back, they haven't really had a chance to reach there tonight. Far away, Bob Bonner, a New Milford golfer from the Candlewood Valley Country Club. He's 16 over. Shot a 72 in yesterday's round. So Bob's checking out the shot. You see behind him is a shot of the 17th green. So lots of action out in the course. 3 foursomes still left out there from the championship flight. Bob Bonner with a practice swing. He's going to make sure of it before he hits. Bonner is a member here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. And apparently he's disturbed because in the background, the gallery is moving into position on 17 and broke his concentration. Now Bonner at just about 150 feet from the green. There's a dog walking behind a sand trap on the 18th. I don't know whether that's going to disturb his concentration or not, but now Bonner stepping up to the ball. Bonner of New Milford. Probably using an 8 or a 7 iron from there. Probably a 7 from there. An 8 or a 9, his usual club, given that the tees were up, but not now. And Bonner hits a nice shot. Dead center in the green. And that'll stop. You give him just about a 25-foot putt for the bird. Lots of dogs running around the golf course now. Fine camera work today by Pete Fredlin, above 18, and we thank him. Lots of people helped us out in this golf tournament this year. All kinds of volunteers, and we'll run down who those people were later on that helped out with this broadcast. People like Barry Ains, the groundskeeper. John Weber, the ranger here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club, was a tremendous amount of help, and we thank him for the time he put in setting this broadcast up. Charlie Byrne, called the original White Shark, with his shot. This, too, his approach shot to 18. Byrne with a big swing. And he, too, in good position on the green. He's about 15 to 20 feet away as well for his birdie attempt. You see now Glenn Williams approaching his ball. Glenn Williams hitting it just short of that pond, just short of what would be an awfully dangerous position for Williams. He shot a 73 yesterday. He's 11 over coming into this 18th. And Glenn Williams hits a fine shot. A little long, though. Oh, and it got a lot of roll. Just short of the drainage ditch on the other side of 18. Right now, let's take you back out to our leaders.
And now Rich Waluski with his birdie putt here on 17. Oh, a beauty effort. He was about 2 inches short. You can tell he's not afraid. He's going out here to play, hoping that ruling goes his way. Nobody winning a car, by the way, in this hole-in-one option on the 17th this year. Rich taps in to take his par into 18. Possibly our co-leader at -1. Definitely at -1 is Mike Natelli with his second shot. Fine effort out of the rough, leaving about 2.5 feet. Terry Tierney Jr. now. The upper left corner of this green, high grass. Barry Ains talked about this high grass earlier in the feature.
Go ahead. Come on, Terry.
Oh.
Good shot.
And Terry will take his tap and stay at 3 over for the tournament with 1 hole to play. Danny Watkins going right at the hole. Ryan's got a real tough one coming back up. Overcast here. Sun not a factor here now. But Mother Nature certainly nodded kindly upon this tournament. Watkins forced to take the bogey here on 17. And now Mike Natelli to stay undisputed in the lead. Currently at 1 under. This third shot. Yes, there it is. Now 1 under going into 18, Mike Natelli. Tied for or our leader.
Back at the 18th. Bill Robichaud, you left us for a while to make a ruling. Tell us what happened out there.
On the 13th hole, on the right side of 13th hole, within the confines of a hazard, a lateral water hazard, there's a big mound which has been deteriorating over the last year or so, and one of the gentlemen hit his ball into that mound.
Charlie Byrne with that putting attempt, just missing it.
And thought that he would get relief from it. It was not marked as ground under repair, but he felt as though it should have been marked as ground under repair. But going down, talking to the rules committee, they had looked at that area and decided that that was not ground under repair and did not mark it as such. So they're still ruling down there discussing it within the committee.
I see. Kyle Brady, just off the green on the apron. This was Kyle's second shot. Opted to take the pin out, and I think he's going to putt from there, Bill.
That's I think, a very wise choice.
Ooh, it hopped coming out of there just a bit, but he got a good roll on it to set himself up for the par. And Kyle Brady will tap in to finish up with par on the 18th. Kyle Brady, one of the longest hitters in the region. He shot a 72 yesterday. Certainly a fine round.
Last night in the long drive contest, he hit one tee shot 320 yards. Unfortunately, he missed the fairway 20 yards to the left.
Unbelievable. Where does he generate that power from? Just a perfectly mechanical swing?
Extremely mechanical swing, but very strong shoulders and legs.
Glenn Williams getting some debris off the green for his putt. Glenn Williams, I believe, is also an employee here at the Kennewood Valley Country Club.
Yes, it is. Glenn was here at 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning cutting greens.
Glenn Williams, a man who can really appreciate the difficulty at his golf course because he is one of the artists that sculptures it as such. And he puts that putt just wide. And he'll tap it back in again. Behind this foursome, Jerry LaPlaca, Bob Brunetti, Greg Begler, and Lou Caglianello coming up.
Is Bob Bonner going to be, is this for par?
Bob Bonner for par. Oh, and he misses it, so he'll finish with bogey on the 18th. And he's going to take a little bit of time to collect his thoughts on that one and come back and tap it in.
He just didn't hit that putt firm enough.
And the galleries are certainly forming here around 18 as Bob Bonner finishes up. Lots of people gathering themselves around this 18th hole.
First to tee off here at 18 of this final group is Rich Waluski. And Rich knocking it straight ahead, quite a ways out there. Past the 150 sticks. Not happy with the tentative ruling we have. He was just informed of it by the Norman Art Cummings, as they're still waiting on the official word. Next up to the tee is going to be Terry Tierney Jr. at +3. Now our leader, Mike Natelli, our undisputed leader, who basically is sitting in pretty good shape, bending the ruling on Waluski. Might get one under with an iron. He's pushed it left. it's definitely playable. And finally, Danny Watkins stepping up for his final tee shot with a driver in his hands and nothing to lose. Been a long day for Donnie. Now he's hit a fine drive. Back up to 18.
Here's Jerry LaPlaca in the red. He got as close as 1 under today. And on 12, he had some trouble. He's now 6 over. Coming into the 18th hole in round 1 yesterday, he shot a 71. Jerry LaPlaca is from North Goshen. And he just missed with that putt. Jerry LaPlaca, Bill, had a tremendous drive that we didn't get on film, but that drive had to be well over 200. It had to be close to that 250 mark.
Oh, at least 255, 260 yards he hit that ball.
Tremendous shot, just to the right-hand side of the pond. In fact, over the little gully in the middle of the 18th. A drive that would be long even if the tees were up where they usually are. In fact, they're back now. Bob Brunetti with his birdie attempt. Oh, and it stops right on the lip. Bob Brunetti, a former champion here at the Greater New Milford Open. Brunetti won the laurels back in 1984. And so Brunetti will just tap in. Bob Brunetti, a member here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club when he won in 1984. Of course, the winner of this tournament receiving a 1/2 membership to the Candlewood Valley Country Club. Bob Brunetti took out a full membership that year, and he continues to be a member.
That's right. Bob has really enjoyed his membership here at Candlewood because of the fine condition of this golf course in the last two years.
As you saw Rick Begler finishing up.
That was for bogey, I believe, wasn't it?
Rick Begler, yes.
Greg Begler?
Or Greg Begler, correction. Len Caglianello. He needs to put this in for par. Caglianello is 4 over today. He shot a 71 yesterday in round 1. And there's the putt. Nice and easy, and misses it. That one fooled him, Bill.
Yes, it did. It certainly did.
And he finishes up. Right now, we'll turn our cameras back to the fairway. As you see the gentlemen in that second to last championship foursome congratulating each other. All very good golfers. Terry Tierney Jr., Mike Natale, Rich Wilzlewski, and Don Watkins still on the course.
This is Terry Tierney Jr.
Terry
hitting
Tierney
his second
Jr.
shot.
with his approach shot.
He probably hit a 9 off that 18th tee.
And Terry goes wide of the green up near that drainage ditch that we've seen a number of golfers go to today. Up to the right-hand side of the pin as you're looking at it with our 18th hole camera. And so he had some trouble.
He's got a very difficult shot coming back to even think about getting close.
And there's a great shot from the other side of the pond, Mike Natale.
Yeah, that was Michael Natale. Excellent shot.
Another member here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club, and as we made mention of earlier, former champion. Greater New Milford Open champ in 1983, Richter Park champion in 1981. Just won the Candlewood Valley Country Club championship this year. And Don Watkins with his shot, a Danbury resident. He sets it up nicely on the green and safely in regulation. This is the final foursome of this Greater New Milford Open. You're watching our leaders coming in. And you're watching as Mike Natale on the green looking to win this tournament. Lots of people around this 18th green. This is where all the gallery has formed now, waiting for our winner. And then, of course, the post-tournament banquet to to be held, as we mentioned before, in the brand new facility here at the Kennewood Valley Country Club, a beautiful banquet hall, which they built over this past year. Lots of work being done on this golf course and lots of work being done in all aspects of it, even in the clubhouse. And we're watching the championship foursome now, of course, approaching the green. Rich Wieslewski, the ruling playing against his favor. And Wieslewski, who shot a 69 yesterday, 1 under par, is quickly falling out of a position to win this tournament. Don Watkins on the green. He'll take this opportunity to mark his ball. As you see, the crowd's moving over to where Wieslewski and Tierney both put their second shots, their approach shots at the green. 2 golfers on a regulation, Watkins and Natali, and 2 golfers missing the green. But we saw a lot of action down in that little rough today.
Yes, that's because they're really trying to get that ball close to the flagstick, and on these fast greens, and that green slopes back off the right side there, those balls don't stop, they just keep going.
Stay with us. At the conclusion of this play on this green, we will have our winner and talk to him about how it all happened. You're looking at the chip shot now, and he was unable to get it up on the green, so Terry Tierney Jr. having some trouble. And Bill, you mentioned to me that he had some putter trouble. He has been playing without his putter?
I had heard that he had some putter problems out on one of the holes. I see him with a putter in his hand, though. If in fact he did break his putter out there accidentally, it could be replaced. But if a club is broken anger, it cannot be replaced. So I don't know the whole story.
So we don't know what the situation is for sure yet. As you see, Rich Wieslewski and his shot, his third shot, going far beyond the hole. Mike Natali in an awfully good position. He's on 2 in regulation. He'll be putting for bird. As the golfers getting their angle now, Terry Tierney Jr., the 4th Tierney in this golf tournament. And he's just on the apron. He had a chip shot from underneath that willow tree, and he left it short. And he's going to putt from that position. So what kind of putt do you think this is going to be?
This putt is going to go to his left. It's going to be extremely fast. He's going to have to hit it pretty firm to get it through the fringe.
Wieslewski with his putt, leaving it short, and he'll finish with a bogey on the 18th. So Wieslewski opting to hit his shot first, as Tierney takes his time lining up his shot. And here's a finish by Wieslewski, tied for the lead after 1 round, 1 under par 69, tied with the gentleman he's playing with in his foursome, Mike Natali.
He had a fine tournament. He ended up with a +3. A fine golf tournament.
And Mike Natali looking for a 2nd championship at the Kennewood Valley Country Club. Terry Tierney Jr. with his putt off the green.
It will not get to the hole.
Not far enough, and that was his 4th putt, so Terry, too, will finish with a bogey. He was 3 over coming into this hole.
This is not an easy putt either. This putt's going to move a little bit left on it.
Mike Natali, unless we have tragedy here in the 18th, will be our 1986 New Milford Times 940 wine Greater New Milford Open champion. History repeats itself. Mike Natali, the champ back in '83, is Terry Tierney Jr. having some problems on this green in and around this hole. And he finishes up, the defending champion. Don Watkins, who had a tough time, 10 over. Long putt. And a good run at it. I think he'll tap in to leave Mike Natali to finish. And Natali, 1 under par. Wieslewski finishing 2 over. Tierney, correction, 3 over. Tierney having trouble on the green. He's up there. Watkins is up there, 10 over. Now Mike Natali. This is his 3rd shot. This is for the bird.
Excellent putt. Going to miss slightly right. Just like everyone else today has missed that
Mike
putt.
Natale, as you see on your screen, only inches away from a 1986 Greater New Milford Open Championship. He'll take his time with this one. This is the putt for victory. Going to hear this gallery explode. There you have it.
And again, for the second year in a row, 1 under par has won the golf tournament.
So not that far under par in respect to this golf tournament, as you mentioned earlier, people thinking that you can literally tear this course apart.
That's
well,
right, you have
Mike
to
Natale tossing his ball up into the crowd. Looks like a souvenir. But as you said, Bill, not an easy course this weekend.
Absolutely
or
not.
for any of the golf tournaments. 1 under par is the one that comes away with the win. Mike Natale. Your impressions, Bill Robichaud, of this 1986 golf tournament?
Again, and I've said it before, that the condition of this golf course warrants this tournament. This tournament is a fine tournament. I think it's one of the best in the western part of the state. And as you can see, every year better and better golfers come here with the intentions of putting this golf course to its knees, and it just has not happened.
Mike Natale shooting 1 under par. He is our 1986 Greater New Milford Open champion, and we'll talk to him coming up. Back above the 18th here at the Candlewood Valley Country Club, we're with our winner, Mike Natale. He did it in 1983, and he did it again in 1986. Mike, it's got to feel great.
It feels great. It sure does. Just as great as it did 3 years ago.
You know, we spoke yesterday, and you said it was going to take a 1 under round to win this golf tournament, and you hit the nail right on the head. What kind of round you have today, you think?
It was a round that I scratched it around on the front. I didn't hit the ball well. Then on the last 5 or 6 holes, I finally hit some good shots, and fortunately just in time.
Mike, I watched you yesterday, and it looked to me like you were striking the ball rather well. The swing looked pretty comfortable to you. It didn't look like you were struggling too much. I didn't see you on the front nine today, but I saw a few shots on the back, and I thought, again, the swing looked very similar to yesterday. You were very comfortable over the ball and striking it really solid.
Well, you know, this is a funny game. Yesterday I was drawing the ball, which is my favorite shot, and today I came out and everything was leaking to the right until the 13th hole. I can't explain it. I didn't do anything differently.
Well, you know, they've said before that if you could keep the swing the same all the time, you'd be 1 in a million, and it changes from day to day, and what you have to do is learn whatever swing you're playing with that day, and I think you did a fine job in winning this golf tournament.
Thanks, Bill.
Golf professional Bill Robichaud here at Candlewood Valley Country Club. Bill, of course, runs the pro shop here at the course, and he decided this year to give away a sportsmanship award in which he would give a dozen golf balls to the golfer that demonstrated the true essence of the sport. And he picked that person, and Bill, who's the man that won it?
I have to congratulate Mike Natale for a great sportsman.
So Mike Natale coming away with a sportsmanship award from the Candlewood Valley Country Club Pro Shop from Bill Robichaud, who joined me up here on 18. Mike, congratulations from all of us here. It was a great round. It was exciting. Was there a lot of pressure out there today on you, think?
When I saw all the people, I felt the pressure.
You did.
I sure did.
And you were able to hold on. He was able to win. And we congratulate Mike Natale. Right now, we're going to leave you with the scores of everyone who played in this golf tournament this weekend. For Wayne Spodnick and Bill Kramer and Bill Robichaud, I'm Matt Adams. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Columbia Pictures wants to take you to a special place. A place of legends. A place of mystery. A place of dreams. Where a young man searches for his song.
You could be the first man to record it.